Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Jason Wehrli with WC Fab, and today we're going to show you our 6.7 Powerstroke secondary coolant tank kit. So the secondary coolant tank on the 6.7 Powerstroke is a plastic injection molded tank that's mounted on the core support right behind the radiator, directly next to your air intake box on the passenger side of the engine bay. If you've got a lot of other WC Fab underhood upgrades, our main coolant tank, battery tray, intercooler pipes, air intake system, the secondary coolant tank is a nice final touch to complement and finish off your engine bay. As I mentioned, the factory tank is plastic injection molded, and over time on these older trucks, they'll become deteriorated, they can crack and leak, and a lot of times they turn other colors and become pretty unsightly if you've got a lot of other nice product under the hood. So whether you've got a cracked factory tank or you're looking for the show truck finish, our upgraded fabricated tank is a nice touch. Now, if you're not familiar with the secondary cooling system on the 6.7 Powerstroke, we'll give you a little lesson on that really quick. The engine has its main cooling system that uses the main tank, which we offer as a kit with our battery tray that's mounted on the driver's side of the engine bay. And the secondary tank that's mounted on the back of the radiator is for a separate cooling system which only cools the charge air cooler for the intake air of the engine, as well as the EGR, fuel cooler, and the transmission cooler. So there's a separate pump mounted on the engine that's pulling the coolant from this tank, circulating through those four items back to this tank. So very similar to our other coolant tanks, you will notice our very nice high quality billet aluminum sight glass so that you can easily see the level of coolant in the tank without having to remove the cap. The cap is a nice billet aluminum machined part which matches the caps that come on our main tanks. It just uses a slightly smaller pressure relief than the main tank does, as these secondary systems only run on about 5 to 6 psi. So you do not want to interchange the coolant cap from your secondary tank to your main tank. If you have both of the WC Fab fabricated tanks, make sure that you keep the caps to the proper tank, as they are different pressure ratings. Other features of the tank, again very similar to our main tank, is this is a fabricated sheet metal aluminum component designed and engineered in CAD and CNC laser cut and bent here in-house and TIG welded, machined bungs in all of the exact same locations as factory. So this tank is a drop-in direct replacement to the OEM tank. There's no modifying any surrounding components or having to cut or modify anything like that. We supply new stainless steel button head Allen hardware to mount the tank to the radiator core support. You can use your factory hardware if you'd like. We decided to include the button head Allens as they are a nice match to the airbox lid that comes on our fabricated airbox. So if you've got our airbox, we include the hardware that matches to give you a nice finishing touch. Since all of the hose barb locations are in the exact same spots as factory, all of your OEM hoses and clamps line right up. This tank is a pretty simple install. If you've got the proper tools for crimping off coolant lines, you can essentially swap this tank out without having to drain the whole system, just the tank itself. You can suck it out with a suction tool, or just make a small mess if you let that just the tank itself drain. So it's a super easy install. The tank comes assembled, the sight glass installed, as well as the coolant overflow barb installed as well. So it's a really straightforward, simple install if you're looking to replace your cracked and broken factory tank or just do a nice visual upgrade. Finish off in our high quality powder coat finish, just like every other WC Fab fabricated product. Powder coated here in-house in our state-of-the-art powder coat facility. This color here is our WC Fab Red signature color. This one, as well as gray, black, and white, are in-stock colors which are available to ship quick. And we've got many other custom colors you can choose from if you want to customize your engine bay differently. So that wraps up our secondary coolant tank for the 6.7 Powerstroke. If you've got any questions about this one or our main tank with the battery tray package, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can reach out to our sales team with any questions. Thanks a lot for watching.